Morning all! You join Charlie and myself chilling out on the back of Wattway. The reason we're chilling out is that I've been a bit of an idiot. I thought I'm going to cruise through Fowlridge Tunnel today because the solar on the other side seems much better. Fewer trees. So I thought nip into the services and use the loo and then we'll get going. And I've come out of the services, come back to Wattway and realised I've locked my keys to my boat in the toilet. So annoying. So we are just sitting around watching the ducks. Aren't we, Charlie, mate? Ducks? Yeah. Watching the ducks and then waiting 45 minutes or so for the Canal and River Trust to arrive. Oh, what a pain. This is, what's your name?
John.
This is John and he is my hero of the day.
International Rescue.
International Rescue, because there are the keys.
All right.
Fantastic.
I'll catch you later. I'll see you in a bit.
Thanks, John.
See you later.
Thank you. All right, bye. Where are you, Charlie? You come in. What a nice guy. Oh, right. Oh, time for a coffee. Well, that was amazing. He was 15 minutes. What a nice guy. Right, I'm going to now have my coffee that I've bought from Fabio's and then head through the tunnel. Treating myself to a coffee after all that angst. That's it. Key saga all over and we can head off towards the tunnel. Lovely little moor in this. Very poor signal, but lovely little mooring. That's better. I was dragging along the ground and not actually get anywhere. All right, hopefully miss these lads' fishing lines. Then off to the tunnel we go. And now we're going to head round the corner and on the hour the red light turns green. So I'm rather hoping it will go green shortly. It is 1 minute past 12. We have a green light. We're good to go. Fowlridge Tunnel is 1,490 metres long. Built over 5 years from December 1792, the Fowlridge Tunnel, or Mile Tunnel, so called because it's just under a mile in length, serves the Leeds-Liverpool Canal, and it was opened in 1796. There's a lovely story associated with Mile Tunnel, all about Buttercup the cow. On September the 28th, 1912, the Burnley Express reported an extraordinary event at Fowlridge. Reading from the paper, it says, for the first time on record, the Mile Tunnel at Fowlridge, which is more than a mile in length, has been swum, the honour falling to a cow belonging to Mr. R. Brown of Blue Slate Farm, Fowlridge. This very valuable cow was none other than Buttercup, who had jumped into the river after being startled by some boys while she was grazing. Frightened, she swam towards the Mile Tunnel. The Burnley Express continues the story. A steam tug towing an empty boat also passed through the tunnel, but the crew were unaware of the presence of the animal. Thankfully, Buttercup was not harmed, and after swimming for 2 hours, the cow emerged at the Colne end in a very exhausted condition, and she had to be pulled out by some boatmen. She was found to be suffering from low temperature of the water, but restoratives were administered and she recovered. Local legend has it that Buttercup was revived with brandy or rum at a local watering place, the Hole in the Wall, although this wasn't reported in the Burnley Express article. What a great story, love that. Nice variety of boats along this private mooring. Morning. It's just a very peaceful thing to do, travelling on an electric narrowboat. Kind of just calms me. Very soon after this little bridge, we found a mooring and then immediately had a little look to see where we were. Just coming into the village of Barrowford. It's gorgeous. Charlie, let's go and explore. Go on in. What have you found? Okay. So we're going to the pub then, are we? We can do that. Go on then. In you go. Welcome to the top of Barrowford Locks. It's a beautiful, beautiful place to moor. So we're heading that way because unusually there is a recycling facility. So I'm going to go recycle. I'm enjoying these neighbours. They're pretty quiet. This is a fab mooring. This isn't the way to the bin, but I just wanted to have a little walk over this bridge. It's really cute. And look at that lock cottage. Come on then, Charlie, take me to the bins. That's Barrowford Reservoir over there that provides the Leeds-Liverpool Canal with lots of its water. And there's the bins, right slap bang in the middle of the lock flight. Where they put them there? What? Come on, Charlie. The reservoir is there to take surplus water from the summit of the Leeds-Liverpool Canal, which is where we are, we're at the highest point, and to collect it for times later. I think this is the pump that actually gets the water from the reservoir back to the canal. Charlie's not impressed, she's cold. It's a cool bit of equipment. They look like pumps. They've just got a steering wheel. Ooh. God knows. All for moving water in and out. It's one of the Barrowford locks. There's 7 in total. There's the next one. Doing those on Thursday. Charlie's got her blood test results. They checked her for hypothyroidism in case that's why she's so slow. It's not. Her thyroid is absolutely fine. So they've given her some antibiotics just in case it's an infection. She's got no signs of an infection, but you never know. So we're trying that and we'll see how she goes. This green grass looks really, really green against the reservoir. Nice little walk. Charlie and I are off for an explore. We've met a guy called John. He is the ex-headmaster of Black Hoe School. When he took over Black Hoe School, there were only 47 students there. Anyway, he's been retired for quite some time. And he said to me the other day, "Have you been on Water Meadow yet?" I said, "No, never heard of it." So he said, "Meet you at 10 o'clock at the gallery and I'll take you and show you and give you a bit of the history." Well up for a bit of history, so we thought we'd go along. Good girl. To get to the gallery, we go up the footpath up the middle of this field. Go on, Charlie. Go on. Go through. Go on. Good girl. I know we're only at the beginning of our walk, but Charlie's in front of me. Now that's a good sign. Not been in front of me for a while. So this is the gallery where I'm meeting John. Artists can display their work. When John arrived, he asked me not to feature his face on the video very much, so I've tried to edit him out a bit. He started with showing me a picture of a house that used to belong to a guy called Dickie Stansfield. This is what it looks like now. Dickie's son Jonathan built a tower that we will see later.
1755.
1755. That bridge in the distance is known as Roman Bridge. And it used to be the main road from one side of Coldwater to the other.
The part which Barrowford is very proud of was obviously a place where the people who'd worked in the mills all the week could go and wander around, and they could also wander up Barleydale Road up to the water meetings, take the children to play in the river and to have a cup of tea at the old oak tree tea rooms, which is where we're going to walk to now.
Nice to be provided with a bit of blue sky for our walk. This is Water Meetings Cottage, and it used to be owned by an engineer stroke farmer. And in 1904, Wilfred Sharp designed and built the first ever motor-driven tractor. I really enjoyed the sound of the stream on our walk. This sluice gate here, in days of yore, allowed water from Pendle Water, which is the name of the stream that is whizzing past here, and it allowed water under the path into what was called the mill race that followed the line of these trees. And in the distance, there was also the mill pond. And all of that water was used by Hireford Mill to spin its cotton that we saw at the beginning of our walk. It was built in 1824. This is the Grimshaw Oak. It's reputed to be 600 to 1,000 years old. In days of yore, the people that worked in the mills around Barrowford used to take a walk along the track that we've just walked to the Grimshaw Oak and have tea and cake at this building that used to be a tea room. This is the tower I mentioned earlier, called Blackdown Tower. It's also called Stansfield Tower after Jonathan Stansfield built it. Nobody knows really why he built it, though of course there's stories that Stansfield built it so he could see Blackpool Tower whilst it was being built, or alternatively to give a view into the Ribble Valley, but it was too short for that and you couldn't see over Pendle Hill. Another theory is that he built it so his son could look at the stars because he was very keen on astronomy. It is said that Stansfield himself says, "I've never drunk or smoked in my life, so I'm taking this tower as my hobby." Whatever the reason for building the tower, it's a pretty cool thing to have. And this finally is the water meetings. It's where Blackdown water meets Pendle water. Hence, water meetings. John told me that when he was teaching, they got an artist in residence to come to the school who brought the children here, and they worked with this bridge, writing poems, taking drawings. It's beautiful. What a lovely experience for young kids. John had a lovely story about taking a class of children up Rainstang Hill that you can see in the distance to watch the sunrise. There's a trig point up there and that's where they sat. How wonderful. This is the Roman bridge. Actually feels that old. Over Pendle water, flowing through the town of Barrowford. Well, that's it for another week of exploring and cruising and narrowboat stuff. If you've enjoyed the video, please hit the like button because it really helps. And if you could leave a comment, that helps even more. Well, that's us done. See you next Sunday.